Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker, hashtag shredding us cards, with your tarot card reading for the next new moon phase from 29th of June until 13th of July. This one is a new moon in Cancer. So, Leo, you're gonna probably wrap your head around what posse you want to keep, right? You've been leading by example, and now you realize you're gonna probably, in the process, feel a little lonely, but then again, manifest the people that you want as you're following. Because Cancer, new moon is all about a reset, about our emotional relationships, right? The relationships and the social structure we need in place for us to be our best selves, right? So you've been coming from this attitude of, you know, if I don't want to come, you don't need to come, I'm going there anyway, kind of deal, right? Which is tough for a Leo, because you always want the posse to come, right? And now you're in more of, yeah, you've been a little lonely, probably, right? By your own decision, right? By your own making. It's just like, okay, then I don't need you on my journey, right? But you realize you want people in your life that you can inspire, that are coming with you. So now what kind of people do you want in your life to be that posse? That is probably what this reading will be about. That being said, let's get some fire in here, right? Fire energy for Leo. That being said, it is a general reading. So if the message doesn't resonate with you, drop the message. If it does resonate with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe. Also, I don't do love readings. If love comes up in a reading, that is on you, because you are attracting it. You are working with the energy, right? But life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. There's the illusion of free will, so you got to stick to that. And I don't want you to project something into your reality that is not supposed to be there just because I say so. We're going to do something different. We're going to do a DNA spread, or helix spread as I call it, which is something of my own invention, leaning on the tree of life from the Kabbalah, but then using doubling patterns in reality to make like a cross spread. It's basically a 9-card spread plus a top card and a bottom card with 2 axes, one being the soul growth, one being the challenge, and then the outside world kind of fluctuating around it. So let's see how that works out for Leo for this new moon in Cancer. Right. One more shuffle. See how it goes. One more. So the overarching energy for the reading, which is basically what your soul wants to experience in the point of the 0 right here, is the 7 of Swords. That's like your soul wants to stop shitting herself, right? Itself. Well, soul is probably very much divine feminine. Never mind. So the 7 of Swords coming down. Challenge is to let go of coping mechanisms with the 2 of Swords right here. Then in the middle, the core of the entire concept right here is the Mother of Pentacles. So, well, being in touch with your own true nature, but also wanting to nurture people around you. So there is the people, like there is the posse coming in, right? And the need for having a tribe, right? So it does make sense. Then there's that 6, is like waiting for a revelation in a sense. Oh no, wait, it's yeah, well, it's in place of the 6, but it is 8 of Wands in reverse. The 8 of Wands is a card for communication and insight and good news or whatever. It's in reverse, so it's going to relate to the cards around it, though, we're going to see. And in your 10th position right down at the bottom, so like the state you're in, or what you want to like manifest, the change you want to see in your reality, is the 8 of Cups. It is leaving behind bad feelings, moving away from shit that doesn't serve you. Since you're coming from that energy of leaving behind the people that are not actually vibing with you, that's probably you're moving upwards to this enlightenment of the soul, right? So you can read it from the top down or from the bottom up, but since you're coming from that energy of walking away from shit that doesn't serve you, from things that don't make you happy, from people that do not appreciate your love or reflect your love back at you, that's that Eight of Cups energy where you realize, like, shit, I got to get away from this. This is not working out like that, right? So let's see, in the spot of the 1 from the outside world, there's a Wheel of Fortune balanced by the 5 of Swords in the place of the 2. Then in your challenge line right here, the Mother of Pentacles is, well, in the middle of the balance of the Star in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse. And then the 7 and the 8 are the 9 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Very interesting. There's a lot of passion that you are receiving right here. You get like an impulse of moving on, right? Of wanting to set your fire energy free, right? Still, the wounded warrior is not exactly trusting herself right here. I say herself because with the Leos, the hunters are the females, right? But nevertheless, goes for both. It's the 9 of Wands is like a card of self-doubt also. It's like carrying the wounds of battle, right? So coming from that 8 of Cups, it's like, yeah, if people don't want to come with me, then like fuck the people, right? Fuck people in general, which is not actually not making you happy, because this cross relates right here. So the 9 of Wands feeds into the Ace of Cups, feeds into the Wheel of Fortune. This Ace of Wands feeds into the Star in reverse, feeds into the 5 of Swords. So your passionate impulse is very much sending you into that star energy, but to realize that you are on your path, that is actually happening the way it should be, you not only have to be in touch with your true nature, but then you're going to come to the conclusion that cutting ties is a good idea, but also it's a 5, so it's a shift, right? It's a change in Swords, in mind energy. So you're making up your mind about some stuff, right? Let's see how this balances. So you get the impulse, but you're still doubting it because you're still carrying some wounds. Then moving through your challenge is that your belief in love with this Ace of Cups has been hurt. Maybe there's even some romantic love in the back that you had to leave, right? And then it left a hole. But it doesn't have to be romantic. It's more the love you weren't getting back, right? And it's balancing out with the idea, like with the Star. The Star means you are on your way. It's your soul's path. But when you're moving out of frustration instead of out of passion, right? That's when it's tough to see that you are well on your way. There is that passionate impulse, that fire impulse that it's sending you on your way. But then again, it seems like coming up here, you have to realize that cutting ties is actually in your favor in some sense, right? So you're still struggling with leaving people behind, still, not really trusting again, because some things are in place, some coping mechanisms, right? So it's tough for you to see how time is actually working for you and how the change in your mindset is working for you, because you're shielding your heart from being hurt, right? That is the Two of Swords in reverse. But then again, you're coming out of that energy. You're going to realize that, strategizing will get you nowhere. What's the Seven of Swords in the souls, in the position of the soul right here? It is not being tricky about stuff. It's getting out of your head about stuff in a sense. There's also, things that have been hidden from you. That is very freaking interesting. So Leo, your advice card is the Mother of Pentacles, right? The Mother of Pentacles is very in touch with her true nature. She's very grounded within herself, but she has also the need of grounding others. So, of course, it's a problem that your emotional body is hurt, that you're still like working with this Ace of Cups energy, this love that wasn't exactly reflected back at you, but it's part of the process. The Star card is here, it's weighing that. It is like, realize that this puts you on the path that you're on right now, which is, it's a beautiful path. Like the Wheel of Fortune is there, meaning there is like, it is working for you. It is working out. It needs some time, but it is working out. Like the universe is working in your favor with, and working on, yeah, getting you a new type of posse, I guess, I feel. But therefore you have to change your mindsets around, like that wounded warrior right here cannot stand, right? There's that Nine of Wands, which is very much in doubt of it ever being right again, of it ever working out. So you find actually someone to nurture that is appreciative of the energy you're giving them, right? So you can use your fire energy right here to really walk the path. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And you're gonna learn that you have to stop shitting yourself, right? So you need this. It's okay that you need this. It's okay that you need people around you. Just the type of people and the bullshit you're willing to take. That's a different story, right? And that Mother of Pentacles, she's very well aware of this. Like you're still waiting for some insight about that passion that is waking up in you, where to go exactly, right? I believe because where you want to go is still involving, conceptually, involving what you left behind. So you want to move on. You've been moving on from something, leaving it behind, leaving some people that didn't fit, right, behind. But then your new plan is going to involve people, but other people, right? So the moment you doubt love itself, you doubt that there's ever going to be someone capable of reflecting back that love you gave them. That's the moment where shit's not working out. So you're going through this cycle right here, which is basically just realizing that everything is actually working out in your favor, and that it's all for you to let go of the coping mechanisms that blinded you towards it, that you carried on from this past experience, which was a good experience. It sent you on your way, right? You are in that Mother of Pentacles energy, that like that's your challenge. That is who you're growing into be, and what your soul gains from that is leaving that Seven of Swords energy, is like seeing past the charade, seeing past the coping mechanisms, the arguments you have for this journey, for the decisions you make and stuff like that, right? You're very much passion driven. You're doubting that you're doubting love in a sense. There's the doubt, the wounded warrior, leading up to the Ace of Cups in reverse, and then into that Wheel of Fortune, where it's just progressing, right? And the Wheel of Fortune, fortunately, is right side up, so not in reverse, right? So it is actually your insight, realizing that time is gonna heal all wounds, right? It's gonna, and you're gonna believe that. You're moving into the energy of really believing that and working with that. And then coming back down, you're gonna see that Star card in reverse is gonna flip back up, and you realize what you actually have to walk away from, right? So it's probably a little more conceptual than you thought before, right? It's like you say, yeah, I've been sharing my feelings and my plans and they didn't want to listen, so I'm never doing it again. Yeah, maybe you're supposed to share your feelings and your plans, just not with them. Just like move past that and see where it's applied better, right? And that's exactly what this reading is telling me, is like, you are the Mother of Pentacles, you want to nurture, like you're growing into that energy of just being okay with yourself and being in touch with your nature, which is very fiery, very passionate, and healing those wounds. These wounds are quite recent. It is like you made a decision to be okay with yourself, right? And now you're growing into that role. Being okay with yourself also means, though, that you have needs that you wanted met in the past. They weren't met, so you moved on, but the needs are still there. It's okay to have those needs. It's just the way you're going about meeting them is going to be another. For me, this is all about, like I said, a very lonely reading for a Leo. It's very, very much walking away from shit and then just letting the time do its thing, the Wheel of Fortune do its thing, being honest about what you truly feel, which is heartbreak in a sense, because the Ace of Cups in reverse is just like overwhelming. It doesn't have to be romantic, like I said. It's more that general trust that things are working out, which is your challenge. And then you're gonna activate. Once you realize that everything is actually working out, things just sometimes need some time, and the universe is working to provide you with what you need. Once you realize what you truly need, there are some systems in place, some belief systems in place that are not healthy. And I believe they're quite recent. Well, they have to do with subconscious stuff that you're carrying around for ages, yes, right? But I believe what is shifting here is quite recent. It is like this you needed anger or like very intense emotion to get out of a situation. Now you're out of the situation, so you need that intense emotion, like you don't need that anymore, right? That intense emotion then formed mindsets that you don't need anymore, right? And that shield you from opening back up to love, from feeling that passion, right? From feeling that passion coming from yourself, right? From being proud of yourself, proud of who you are. That also means being proud of what you need, because it's a part of you, right? And then trusting the universe that it's going to do its thing and that love is on the horizon. The more you realize what exactly you want from it, right? And and the thoughts you don't want to entertain, right? Not being so strategizing about it and having an argument for everything or whatever. Your mindsets are shifting towards that, which is good because they stem from that wounds from the wounded warrior, right? That is beautiful, Leo. It's okay, right? It's really okay to sit with yourself and just figure out what you want and figure out what you don't want to entertain anymore. But you got to trust that it's out there. You got to trust that this emotional fulfillment is out there, that you're very well on your path. You're divinely guided through this experience of just shedding old belief systems. And what all this is for you being able to walk away from shit that hurts you, right? To be able to walk away, and you're walking away from it. So you now don't need all the systems, right? The thoughts that made you walk away. You don't need them anymore, right? You don't need them anymore. That's where you gain clarity about your path, right here, with that Eight of Wands in reverse. That is some desperately needed clarity, right? It is a beautiful reading. It is basically saying, hang in there, meditate, right? And be true to yourself and proud of who you are. And then it's when it's all gonna fall into place, right? That's when it's all going to fall into place. Leo, this is a beautiful reading. It seems a little lonely, but it's actually not. It's very much self-grounding and finding yourself, and very much on your way to generating whatever it is you want to generate. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. You've been moving away from some shit that has kept you awake at night, and that's worth mentioning. You did it, right? You already did it. Now you're grounding yourself, within your true nature, accepting that there is a change of mind happening and that the universe got your back. That's a very beautiful reading. Leo, if that resonated with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe. Also, I'm going to do an extended with my party deck over here. It's been with me around Bali, so it holds a lot of energy. Been on some great parties with me. Right, so I'm gonna do 18 other cards to clarify more, get more into depth on the events in this, and yeah, find the link in the description box below. And thank you for being with me. This is so fun. This is so fun. Also trying out the new system. There's a lot in there. There's a lot of interrelations in there, right? But it does make so much sense. And if it didn't make sense to you, there is an introduction video. Check it out, where I go a little into detail, not too deep though. If you have any questions, of course, hit me up. And yeah, thank you so much, Leo. I love you. See you in the extended.